Hey everybody, this morning I'm going to be talking you through the first burn on the Masterbuilt 1050. We're seasoning it in today, and then this afternoon I'll be putting out a video of the first ribs that we're making on this thing. Pretty good machine. Took a little over 2 hours to put this thing together. I wasn't trying to win any races or anything like that, but definitely a lot of work. Definitely takes two people. Ordered mine from Home Depot and was not able to load or unload this from the back of my truck by myself. So be aware of that. It's going to be a two-person gig. She's a beast. So initially when I was putting this together, pretty straightforward, just a lot of screws and bolts. They give you the tip to leave everything untightened and tighten at the very end. That's a good tip. I encourage you to follow that. Otherwise, pretty straightforward. Read every step very carefully. Had one misstep, had to go back. Took me about 20 minutes to redo that. Otherwise, one issue I ran into, I think Masterbuilt could do better. A lot of this residue. There was a promotional sticker right here. There was also a promotional sticker inside of the grill. No reason to do that. I know if you're putting it out on a showroom, you like to see that, but put some some glue and some additional chemicals on the inside of this thing that I prefer weren't there. It was a challenge to clean off, which I'll show you here in just a second. The stickers came off, but you got this sticky stuff that was holding it on there that was left on the grill. Just want to give you guys an idea of how hard this is to get off this stuff. I've got a scraper. Scraper doesn't really work very well, so I'm just using my thumb, but there's a sticker on the inside of the grill, and now we're having to clean off the glue. Come on, Masterbuilt. I want to see if I can show you guys one of the features on the plug here. The very bottom of this plug has a specific shape. There's a notch inside of that circle and a ridge along the outside. On this plug, there are notches on the outside of that. Give this cord some permanence in terms of its hold in there. Otherwise, it's just holding by gravity. So you put this in and turn it. Secure the plug. Okay, so for my initial burn in here, we're just going with a basic Kingsford briquette charcoal. We'll be following the burn-in instructions. The burn-in instructions say 60 minutes at 250 to start, 30 minutes of 400, then shut down the grill and allow grill to cool completely. After that step, put in your cooking oil or whatever it is you want to season it with, and then repeat those first three steps. 250 for 60 minutes, 400 for 30 minutes. Let her cool down. See how she does. One of the tips I saw online, which thank you guys for posting this, just using a little piece of sheet metal. Some people use a piece of cooking sheet to put right on top. The purpose of that is to protect this metal. This metal is going to take a lot of the heat with everything coming up. That metal supposedly prolongs the longevity of the piece. Okay, now I'm going ahead and using the tumbleweeds to get this started up for the first time. You can get these at any local hardware store, big box store. I did see online though that if you don't want to have to buy something like this, you can use balled up paper towels, dip them in some oil. They'll do the same thing, probably cheaper too. But since this is my first cook, we're going with the tumbleweed. Alright, so we're putting this tumbleweed right up in this chamber here. One way or another, it's a little bigger than the chamber. See if we can't mash this guy in there. Just enough to hold and get this thing lit. Make sure it's under the charcoal. Hopefully that's enough. I'll find out. We have fire. Now that we've got that lit, let's fire it up. Instructions said push temp 250 for the first hour. You just set it. You don't have to do anything once you set the temperature. It's set to that. In order for this thing to work, it's got 3. Look at that smoke going already. It's got 3. Maybe you can't even see that now. Buttons. There's number 2. And number 3 is right down here. It's got 3 buttons that have to be pressed in order for the fan to kick on, in order for us to get our heat. So we'll shut everything up here. Little piece of sheet metal. And I just heard the fan kick on. That fan you're hearing is right underneath the unit there. What this fan's doing, oh, forgot to pull out my dampers. Won't run if you don't take out the dampers. What this fan's doing is pushing air in through here, up to where that charcoal's setting, and back out into the smoker. Let's see how long she takes to get up to temperature here. It still says 73 degrees. I know some of you are going to tell me move it away from my garage. I will. There's already some smoke coming out of the main chamber here, which is a great sign. We're up to 75 degrees. Definitely getting a strong chemical smell of everything that's burning off on the inside of there. That's why you have to do that initial burn. You do not want that smell, taste going into your meat. Getting these beautiful waves of smoke coming right out of it. Fantastic smoke. Wow. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this thing. All right, charcoal's running smooth. We're just coming up to 250. You should hear the fan kick off here momentarily. So that fan is slowly quieting down, turning itself down a little bit as we get close to 250. So it does regulate its speed based on how close you are to the temperature. And it's just running real low right now. All right, so step one is let this go for an hour at this temp. All that stuff back there, that's for my grill, not the smoker just now. So it does say to leave it 10 feet away from any combustible structure. We have steel siding, so not super combustible, but probably should move it farther away. So I'll do that as well. But we'll come back in an hour and turn this thing up to 400 for another 30 minutes. So just want to make a quick note. This did get up to 259. From what I've been seeing online, pretty normal. It will come up over temperature, kind of settle in, and that fan will keep you in a range 245 to 259, I'm guessing, or 240 to 260. It will hold pretty well. Something to be aware of. Alright, it has been 1 hour. Next step on here, set the temperature to 400 for another 30 minutes. The fan kicking on. You just push this one time and turn the dial. Whatever you set it to automatically sets that temperature. That was quick. Pretty similar to what I've seen on other folks' videos. Alright, we'll give that 30 minutes. Come on back out. Alright, it's been 30 minutes at 400. Still holding at that temp. So now we need to cool it down. We're going to have to come back and put some canola oil or some type of oil on this to get the inside seasoned, but I thought I'd show you. So they have this little spot where you store these two plates. And this is how you dampen it out, so you don't have to lose too much charcoal. So over on the side there's these two slots where you slide in these blades. This is a part where when you're first building it, pay attention to this slot. That's where I had to go back and redo it for 20 minutes. But big one goes on top, slide it in, slide it in, come over, hit the power, press and hold the power, and that'll choke out the charcoal, and we'll come back once it's cooled down. We'll take care of the inside. Alright, so it's cooled down. Check out the inside. A little bit of color on it. Like to see that. Now we're going to go ahead and season the grill. I'm going to take out all the grates before I do that, so I can get in and get all the internal components in there. To season it, I'm just using a basic canola oil. Take a paper towel, hit the inside. All right, now that we got the oil back on there, we're gonna take another tumbleweed, Throw that in, get it fired up for the second round of the seasoning. Tumbleweed is lit. We'll just give her a second to burn. Go ahead and turn it back on. We're doing 250 for an hour, 400 for 30 minutes, and then we're ready to make some ribs. Don't forget to take out the dampener plates. Alright guys, so that's how you season a smoker, how you light a Masterbuilt 1050. First impression, it's better quality than I expected. I know you get a charcoal gravity fed smoker, those can be pretty pricey. And for this one, very affordable. Again, got it at Home Depot. Think about the vents when you are putting it together. Like I said, I had to deconstruct a big part of it to get back to where I could fix that. There's a piece that hangs off the blower. Make sure that's on the outside of the legs. So if anyone's wondering why you season a smoker, it's mainly for two reasons. One, you got to burn off the chemicals. Those things come with a lot of chemicals on them to keep the product safe in shipping, but need to be removed before you can eat off of it. The other big thing is prevents rust. So that's why you put the oil on it and let that cook into the piece so that that rust doesn't form over time. And it's good to re-season it every time you clean it. So something that you do initially and again through the life of the smoker. Another benefit of seasoning is you get familiar with the smoker before you put an expensive piece of meat on it. So it gets familiar so you don't waste your money and screw something up. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Looking forward to using the new smoker now that we got her seasoned. Making some ribs tonight. I'll post a video of that and see you then.